Howdy everybody, and welcome to the Æther-Tech Wars. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and GM for this Pathfinder 2e campaign, and joining me around my virtual table tonight are Brandie, Brie, Delioth, Dyto, and John. Say hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
They're so good at that. Now, before we begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with a word from our sponsor for tonight's show, XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite picture as the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of this purchase. You can find our referral link in the chat and show descriptions. You can find this week we are going to be up with another episode of Magi Knight's Awakening. We unfortunately missed the last session, so we are starting up once again at the top of the day with everyone freaking exhausted. It's going to be fun for them. Now, you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky as Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok as Random Rhapsody_TV. And that's going to do it for our announcements. So join us as we return to the world of Loroupa and journey on with a group of Pathfinders who have unwittingly found themselves embroiled in the Æther-Tech Wars. And we're back. So you should know by now that we do our recaps by offering up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for one free reroll during this session. Whoever does the recap gets that coin, which includes me, and I have a lot of rerolls stacked up currently, so I doubt anybody really wants me to have that. With that in mind, who wants to do the recap this week?
I'm going to do the recap.
Okay. Well then, Aeden, tell us what happened last time on the Æther-Tech Wars.
Last time on the Æther-Tech Wars, straight from Malachi's journal.
My private
Dear journal, as you'd expect, a fight broke out with the gnome Zormunder and has two lackeys, Kikrich and Banga. These two proved to be easy pickings. Maiko and Kikiro handled them no problem. That's when the construct we'd been warned about decided to turn up. It's a big metal monstrosity with claws and a whipped tail. Draven lifted the keg like it was nothing and crashed it into the beast. The kobold spoke true, and the liquid did cause the thing to spark and sputter. That didn't stop it from downing Kiriko with some poison breath and nearly killing Aeden with its tail. Aeden did that thing again, though, where her eyes went blank and she got kinda scary. Scary. My eyes go blank? Draven did his usual heroic thing of taking the damage for everyone. He broke both of his shields and nearly went down himself. It's so hot. That's why when Aeden dealt the final blow and the construct seemed ready to explode, I jumped off the ledge and pushed Draven out of the way. Who's gonna be my meat shield if he's gone? Meat shield. Well, while we were concerned about the construct, the gnome managed to escape. Oh well. Journal, you know we went straight to looting. Maiko found coinage and a few interesting items. Kiriko found some kind of brain torture machine with restraints for a large creature. The machine also had a green gem inside of it. I saw some valuable parts inside of the destroyed construct, as well as the digger and tools they were using to repair it. It'll take a couple hours to pull out the parts, and I still need to take a closer look at those tools. I suggested we take the loot in spite of our promise to those sleazy kobolds. And Draven seemed to take issue with it. I reminded him he should be thanking me. And well, he did, with a big kiss and smooch that just healed me right up.
No.
Straight out of one of them wizard books.
That's not what it said.
So I guess you'll find me on my best behavior. For now. Now. Hey, it's an eating recap. I had to add the spice.
Heck yeah, you did. Very well done. There you go. There's the random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it now. It's only going to last this session. Okay, well, Pathfinders, you've defeated the big metal mechanical construct. You pretty much routed all the mercenaries who'd been stealing from the good people of Woodpine, and you've driven away the mad engineer Zormunder, who is leading this whole thing. Well done. You've explored the workshop you've all found here underneath the town, and you discovered some very odd machines, like Aeden just said. There's also, besides that table with the manacles and that head thing, there's that big old device with the tubes and dials and cranks and levers and switches on it. And as Aeden had mentioned, there is that floating green crystal on top of it, kind of spinning around with all those metallic rings, kind of like oscillating around the whole thing like a big old gyroscope. You can also see that there is an access hatch on one side of the machine, and that device is humming softly and kind of pulsing that green glow. Now, at the far end of the chamber, you also found the remains of a dragon wormling rotting in one corner. And there is also that tunnel that is in the back of the chamber that seems to lead off towards the northwest, a pretty far ways. So, with that in mind, Pathfinders, what do you all want to do?
So I definitely want to take a closer look at the tools that they were repairing the digger with.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, I'd like to find out if I can repair the thing that I took from it, which was like, it was like its heart or whatever, the little power case.
The glass cylinder thing.
Yeah, see if they had a replacement there, or like if I could take some stuff that would let me fix it later.
Okay. Make for me a crafting check.
Sure. Here goes. 22.
22, not bad. You're examining the whole spread of the work workplace and everything that's on the table. I did mention there are quite a bit of tools on there, and if you look in the in the loot table, you will see that there is a repair toolkit and an artisan's toolkit. There's enough tools to make up both of those. That is in the loot table as well as everything else that I had mentioned at the end of the last session that I hadn't put in the table yet. Everything is in there now, so you can take a look at that at your leisure. Apart from those things, now you do see some components, like there's a metallic chassis that kind of goes around the glass cylinder that was inside of the machine. That cylinder is broken. It's glass. It seems to be a very thick glass. It's like a quarter of an inch thick at least. You don't see any replacements for that. But you do see some components that, like, there's like some broken wiring and some parts that are bent and mangled, that you do see some parts on the table that could replace those.
All right, I want to shove anything that's useful in my pack so I can work on this later.
Mm-hmm.
Is it reasonable to assume that the little glass thing is like what would have been the power source? So they presumably would have one and they'd plug it into this chassis and then that would like power it?
Difficult to tell. The thing that you notice specifically is that with that cylinder, it's hollow on the inside. You had seen like some greenish mist and stuff coming out of it when it had broken, when the construct was destroyed. Whatever was in that is you're assuming that the whole thing with everything that was inside of it and whatnot, that whole thing is what was powering the creature. Yes.
But I have the thing that it plugs into as well, and that's intact.
Yeah. More or less. Yes.
Yeah.
It would probably need some work, some tinkering and that sort of thing, but with all the tools and stuff and with all the parts that are here on the table, you would be able to replace most of what's damaged.
Cool. All right, so I'll take those bits and I'll work on it later.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to do while you're here?
Well, Maiko seeing this bracelet with the fish pattern, she's gonna like just pick that up and slip it on her arm, as she does.
Okay.
She likes jewelry.
I'm very curious about this longsword, but I just want to know what it is.
That was.
Did you?
Do you want me to take a look at some of them? Some of the things?
Yeah, there's an unusual hat here as well. That's not a cowboy hat we established.
There's unusual object.
Did you already put in the gold and stuff that we found? Was there any gold that we found?
Yes, you did find quite a bit of copper, a little bit of silver, and a little bit of gold.
Do you want to just distribute that? Ooh, lots of copper.
Yeah, sure. Is there a way to easily distribute it?
Yeah, I can just click the distribute button and it'll go to everybody. You good with that?
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
Then I am doing so now.
Please.
Yeah, I will take a look at the 2 unusual items. Is there anything else that I need to look at?
Well, there's 3 unusual items. There's an unusual object in consumables, unusual headwear, and unusual longsword.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will let you know that the unusual object is the wand, the stick that you had found.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So
we identified that, right? No.
we assume we know what it is because it's a wand. We don't know like exactly what.
No, we had realized what the gnome's wand did, which was that it like casts like a speed thing on him, and that's how he ran away so fast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. I do have something else I just remembered I was going to try to do. Would it be possible to fashion like wheels that we could set the digger on to make it easier for Draven to roll out of here?
Well, this is what I can tell you is that you have seen at least 2 different wheelbarrows since coming down here. One in where all the goblins and kobolds were having their meeting, and another one right here in the room.
So we could potentially just throw it in a wheelbarrow.
Wait, didn't Draven also carry the wheelbarrow, or was that just all a joke?
Oh yeah,
he
did. So it's actually on the top of the cliff. That's right.
But if it would be easier, I could try to fashion something, that it could rest on, or fashion the wheels to it.
Would it be easier? That's debatable. Would it be quicker? Certainly not. But you do have 2 wheelbarrows, so they'd have wheels. You could theoretically take them off and take the spokes off, or take the axle off.
Yeah, but if it takes less work for me and you can just put it in the wheelbarrow, seems like we're skipping a few steps. So I suggest that to Draven. Hopefully it doesn't just crush the wheelbarrow. I doubt it. That was probably fine.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'll tell you, is that 1 wheelbarrow you could fit the digger into. You would be able to lift up and put the digger on the wheelbarrow and be able to haul that whole thing. The other one, the construct that you just fought, significantly bigger than...
I don't give a fuck about that thing. The only reason we're taking this digger out of here is because the mayor was like, you got to do it, or else, maybe I'll convict you for your crimes or something. I don't know.
Fair enough. I'm making sure you have all the information.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Coded journal.
Yeah, I think isn't that the algebra?
Yeah, that's the algebra.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not smart.
No, I was probably gonna grab the map just to hold on to the map.
I just, when we leveled up for shits and giggles, almost took I for numbers just because it's basically useless. But I was like, no, I'm going to take something that might actually be helpful. And now here we are with the math book.
The math book. Sucks. Yeah, if nobody's going to take this health potion, I will steal it.
Please. There's 2 of them in there.
What do I need to roll for?
I'll take one.
To identify the identifiables, you would be doing a... Might actually be
Arcana?
Yeah, it's an Arcana check. You might actually... Do you see, there's a little question mark button? I wonder if
I see that there's a question mark on the picture.
Boom. Okay, so here you...
okay.
Here you go. There is the headwear.
Okay. Let's see, what am I good at? Let's just do Arcana, because I'm good with Arcana.
That is a failure.
They rolled privately.
You pick up the hat and kind of examine it. You can definitely tell it is magical of some type, but its nature seems to elude you.
Interesting. Well, you want me to be your guinea pig again?
Could I also separately try to identify the headgear? Nature?
I mean, you certainly could. This took Aeden... you don't have quick identified, do you?
I do not.
And Aeden, I assume you don't either. So this is going to be... this was 10 minutes Aeden spent trying to identify that object. You could take another 10 minutes and try as well if you want.
Yeah, I don't think... We don't have any, time pressure right now, right?
Think so. I feel like we should sit around
anything.
and maybe heal up a little bit too, because I'm still missing...
I'm still...
So maybe
I'm at 12 of 30, so I wouldn't mind some healing.
Maybe we should take an hour or two.
I was about to say,
should probably take some time.
I can do lay on hands, focus, lay on hands, just all right, give me 10 minutes. Give me 10. Just...
Is that what we're wanting to do?
I think it sounds
That sounds reasonable.
While we identify these items.
Shitty gnome. We could go back to where we had been chilling, or I guess we could stay here. But
So
I mean,
hold on.
yeah, I feel like right now we're safe. So
okay.
Okay, I put the wands DC in the chat as well. Who has the sword? Is that Draven?
I just put it in, but I just took it because I figured we were gonna carry it.
That's
and it's
fine.
heavy.
Let me. There you go. I have all three of them now in chat. So if while Kikiro is trying to identify the hat, Aeden, you could use those same 10 minutes to try to identify the wand or the sword.
Let's do the wand first.
Sure wish I could help you on that, but seems hard.
Headgear.
Okay.
Because it has religion on the sword, is that possible for me to try to?
In case I fail all three of these, is the wand or the sword, which one would be more important to you guys? Because I can't do it on the headgear.
I feel like Malachi would say the sword because he puts more stock in physical things than magical things.
Okay. Well, here. So I know that the two of you are doing that, and Draven, you're taking those 10 minutes to refocus. What is Malachi and Maiko doing during these 10 minutes? Anything, or are you just kind of chilling?
Would it take longer than however long this is going to take to fix this thing?
Oh yeah,
my little thing I took the tools.
Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah, this is good. That's going to be a project.
And it would take a couple hours for me to get the valuable things out of the big bot we established last time.
Yeah, you could start working on that and like maybe get one out in that time. What's up?
If we have time, and Malachi, if you're not sure what else to do with the repair kits, I do have 2 broken shields.
Oh,
and if you've got the skill and the time,
I see. You want a favor? Is that it? Well, why don't you just bring that on over here? Malachi says. All right.
He's so embarrassed as he sets down both of them.
Oh, you really did a number to these. Malachi teases you the whole time, but yeah, I'll use it. Okay. I'll try to fix the shield.
Okay, so you can spend 10 minutes to attempt to fix a damaged item. You're going to be rolling a crafting check for me. Let's see.
Can I give him help action?
Are you trained in crafting?
No.
Then not.
You're just like backseat repairing. You're like, are you sure you're supposed to?
No, not in this circumstance. You need to have at least a general understanding to help do something like repair a shield.
Oh, I was more like, I could hand him the tools.
Yeah, shine the flashlight.
Well, but okay, so that's not really the help action, but you can certainly spend your time doing that.
There you go. Yeah, I'll be his gopher.
Okay.
That's a 21.
Cool. And then, Maiko, give me just a perception check, please. Now, for the next 10 minutes, you all sit down and begin working on your various tasks. Aeden attempting to understand the sword, Kikiro attempting to understand the hat, Draven refocusing to heal up his friends, while Maiko assists Malachi with working on the shield. Aeden, you are able to understand the sword. What you have is a smoking sword, which I will go ahead and reveal to you.
Sword that smokes?
Right up Malachi's alley.
The sword is actually like a pipe. It's got like the little bowl in there.
Not exactly. When you pull out the long sword from its sheath, I accidentally called it a short sword at the end of the last session, but then when I looked again, I realized it was a long sword, so it's a long sword. Anyway, it's a +1 magical long sword that on a successful hit, it does 1 point of fire damage. damage. You can also, as an action, ignite the blade and cause it to burn, and it does an extra 1d6 fire damage on a successful hit.
All right.
So that's a nice little weapon.
That's pretty sick.
Kikiro, you also are able to understand the nature of the hat. What you realize is that this item is a hat of disguise. It, while right now it just looks like a cheap, crappy hat, so you can actually make it look like whatever you want. And it also casts the, what is it, the illusory disguise spell. So that's what that is. Malachi, with your 21, you are definitely able to fix the shield in those 10 minutes. You have successfully restored 5 hit points to the item. What rank do you have in crafting?
I am trained in crafting.
Okay, so that would just be the 5 then. Nope, 10. Yes, you. Sorry, you did succeed in healing at 10. 5 for the regular, 5 plus your trained.
So I imagine that's to your original shield, unless it would be better to be the other one.
No,
Okay.
that'll be great.
Okay. And Maiko, while you're, for the most part, you've just been handing Malachi tools and kind of standing there holding the torch to make sure he has enough light. But I will also say that with your 18 you rolled, you noticed that the machine, the big one with the glowing green crystal, it's starting to glow brighter now, and the machine is beginning to hum a lot louder. Originally it was just this little, and it was almost like white noise, background noise. But it's starting to become a lot louder now. And with that 18, you kind of notice that like there's dials on it, and the gauges are starting to get higher and higher and higher.
I'm gonna say something. Hey, guys. I think it's waking up.
What? Waking up? What?
Yeah.
I look at the bot that we defeated. What do you mean? Maiko.
Wait, you said the machine thing, right?
Yeah, not the construct. The thing with the big glowing green crystal.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like
well, okay, well, I'm gonna point out that thing is. Sorry, I thought you meant the construct. Wait. I'm gonna say something's going on with that machine over there, guys.
Should we just run, or should we try to figure out how to turn it off?
Maybe it's supposed to do that?
Can I look at it and determine if it's supposed to do that? Like in the gauges, is there like a green area?
Yes.
And then a yellow area and then a red area? Are the meters in the red?
It's definitely. Give me a crafting check.
Okay. Why? How many crafting? Bound to roll bad. Oh, it's 19.
Yeah, definitely all 3 colors, just like he said, and the gauge is getting into the red.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it ain't supposed to do that, and it's probably bad on account of the red color. So, I mean, I could try to fuck with it. I'm holding the tools in my hands, like still, it's like a hammer and a wrench.
I'm gonna slowly start backing away.
With my 19, do I determine how long I think I might have? Or is it like it's teetering and it's shaking and it's about to blow or something?
It's not to the point where it's about to blow, but if it goes for another 10, 15 minutes, it could.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. If there's a panel on there, I'm ripping it off. I'm going to get in there. Let me see them wires.
There is a door. There is like a panel door that you can see. There's also like a bunch of levers and switches and buttons and things like of that nature.
Knobs.
Are you wanting to fiddle with like the door? Or are you wanting to go to the controls?
See, I feel like I would understand the like inner workings better than I would understand the controls. because I'm an idiot, but I understand how machines go together.
Mm-hmm.
so it's like the controls should be easier, but I don't feel like they would be for Malachi. Versus I can look at something and say, that looks like a power source and that looks like it's doing this and, stuff like that.
Okay, so you're opening up the panel door. When you open up the panel door, you find that there is a cylindrical hole in the machine itself. It's about the same size as the tube, the glass tube that you have. And it looks like it would easily be able to fit inside if it was whole. Next to that, there are 3 more indentations, triangular looking things that are also empty. They're only about an inch deep, but at the very top, there's a 4th one that has a greenish crystal inside of it set into the machine. So there's 4 holes total. One of them has a green triangular looking crystal inside of it. It also glows green, just like the one on top. Then there's 3 open slots of the same shape. And then there is the bigger round cylindrical one.
Okay, and there's nothing in the cylindrical one.
There is nothing in the cylindrical one.
Well, let me just... Guys, I have a feeling I'm about to make some dumb decisions in here. So, if y'all want to take a few steps back, I'd understand. Also, Draven, you got those heals?
Oh, yeah. I mean, by this point, yeah, Draven's got more heals, so...
I could use... something. I'm not great health-wise. So if I'm about to do something stupid, I don't know.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can also slap you with some battle medicine.
Yeah, there's some 6 for you.
Alright, well, don't dote on me.
I'm throwing mud at you. Need you to recognize that.
Okay. I get thwacked with some mud. I think what
he just picks up some dirt, spits in it, and throws it at you.
Alright.
It is more or less.
Just to talk everybody through it, my plan is I will take this here crowbar, or if it's easier, I could do what's it called? A little grabby thing, and just I want to pull that crystal out.
So that was a failure for treat wounds. I believe you take damage.
All you did was slap me with some mud, and I don't really feel like it. Is this like a skincare thing?
There were some cigarette butts in there. I'm so sorry.
Though that would have healed me if there had been. So
that reminds me of when he tried to heal me that time and actually hurt me instead.
Hopefully it's not that bad.
Good news is you didn't take any additional damage as
right, good,
you're
good.
smacked upside the head with a wad of mud.
All right. Well, I'll just assume it's a skincare thing.
Yes,
I'm Maiko's over here in the I don't know, the over this way, the tunnel over here. It's like, you got this, Malachi.
Yeah,
I believe in you. And as I dug back around the around the corner.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, this is fine.
So what are you doing?
I take the magic items and move away.
Okay, so my idea is that if I can grab it with a tool of some sort, the little green crystal that's still in there.
Okay.
If I can grab that with a tool of some sort and pull it out. I don't want to touch it with my bare hands.
Gotcha. You wouldn't want to use a crowbar on this.
Okay.
Just looking at it, there's not enough gap, but you do
Some
have some
needle
precision
nose
tools.
pliers.
Yeah, there are some precision tools that you can use to just pop it out.
All right. That's what I do that.
Yeah, you can without issue. You grab those little tool, you just stick it in there, pop. It's very easy. It comes right out, lands on the ground in front of you.
I look around like I'm not finished yet, and then I wrap it. If I have some cloth or something, I'll grab it with the cloth and wrap it up and stick it in my pocket.
Sure.
I look at the gauges. Are they the same?
They are. In fact, they're actually kind of wiggling a little bit farther. Just a little bit.
Interesting. So that's not what was powering it. I look at. I guess there's that big green crystal, but you said that's kind of hovering.
Mm-hmm. It kind of hovers in between this giant, just bunch of rings. Like, just imagine half a dozen rings all spinning in different directions all around the thing. And then there's a little cradle around that that's just kind of like a wire frame, as though, like, if they stopped moving, they would sit down in that.
Okay. I will take a look at the knobs, unfortunately.
I also have put in the loot table the glowing triangle crystal.
Glowing triangle crystal.
So, you're taking a look at the controls themselves, which I'm going to go ahead and show you right now. You should all be able to see them. It's a long panel. There are, on the left-hand side, there are 3 levers, all of which are positioned upright at the very top. In the middle of it, there is a series of buttons, 6 by 5. Some of them are glowing, faintly lit up, and the rest of them are red. Then on the far right-hand side, there are these little, it's like a gauge crank that has been pushed all the way up to the very top. You can see the little arrows on there. They're showing they're all the way up. I tried to make it so you can manipulate things on it, but unfortunately I can't do that. But here, let me go ahead and show our audience as well what you guys are looking at.
Oh yeah, I've got a tried and true method here, and I know exactly how this works. Well, if there's a lever at the max and the gauge is going crazy, obviously the lever needs to be not at the max. So I will lower all the levers.
Your logic is logicking.
Yeah, I feel like Malachi is like, because now everybody stepped away, and then he's like, oh wait, I'm alone and I have to handle this. So then he stands up and he's like, the levers just slowly start lowering all 3 of them at once and just looking at the gauge to see what it does.
Okay. You grab onto the first lever and begin to pull it downward. It takes you a few minutes. There's a little bit of tension, but you are able to get it down to the bottom. Okay.
I look at the gauge. Is it different?
I'm trying to actually move the thing. It's not moving.
See, I was imagining like little sound levers, like on a mixing board. I'm like, I'm DJing now.
At pulling it down, there does not seem to be any reaction to the gauges at all.
Interesting. I pull a second one.
Easy.
Just keep going.
It's a little bit more difficult trying to move this one.
I'm like hanging my whole body weight.
Yeah, kind of. You're kind of having to put your whole body weight into it, but eventually you do get it down to the bottom. As you do, you see the needles starting to wiggle a lot more. Pressure is starting to build.
Y'all, I think I made it worse. I think I'm breaking it. But I still got one more lever, so you think I should pull it? Yay or nay?
Nay, put him in neutral.
In neutral? Alright, I try to push the second one up to the middle.
You push the second one up to the middle. It does go back up to the middle. The gauges wiggle a little bit less.
Alright, I push the first one up to the middle.
They seem to be holding.
Okay. I push the third one to the middle.
That seems to do nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm gonna have to tap out. I'm exhausted.
It's alright, let's get out of here. We're good. We got what we need, right?
Well, don't you want to know what happens?
No, because if it explodes and town is above it, the whole town come down.
Well, how big do you think it's going to explode?
I don't know. This is your wheelhouse. This is not mine.
My wheelhouse is a glowing green crystal. I don't think that's anybody's wheelhouse.
We have multiple smart people here. Somebody can understand these things. It's just I want
Sure,
to hit
okay,
it with a
all right.
hammer instead.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Is it plugged in somewhere? Can you just unplug it?
I tried that, actually. Okay, Malachi will hit the deck and then crawl out of the room with my claws.
Okay. We still have like 20 minutes, and Malachi is still just like
yeah. Everyone's just kind of watching as Malachi just
seems bad. Wait, okay. What are those three little things on the right side? Are those like the little DJ booth levers?
Yeah, those are the little DJ booth toggles that go up and down.
Before I go, I move all three of them down to the bottom.
Okay, you move all three of them down to the bottom. It's not nearly as hard as moving the levers until you get to that third one. Once you move it downward, you do see that the gauges are starting to lower.
Wait, guys, I've been reinvigorated. All right, I stand back up at the terminal. So now we got all these little buttons in the middle.
Yep, you got levers, you got buttons, and you got toggles.
Dyto's not smart enough to figure this out, but Aeden might be.
Is there a handbook somewhere that maybe tells you how to use it?
See,
it was probably that book we can't read.
An instruction
manual?
manual?
Yeah, the coded book. Somebody toss me that.
Can I flip through the book and see if there's a page that looks like these controls?
Yes, we're literally playing the disarm bomb game where you're in the other.
You are a little bit, yeah. It's in code. There's no diagrams in the book itself.
But you can't decode it.
There are no pictures or anything?
There are no pictures other than like some arcane scribblings and things of that nature, but nothing that references this here actual box.
So here's what I, as Briana, would think of this puzzle, okay? Mm-hmm. So there's 6 vertical things. And I might overcomplicate this. Okay, so there's 6 vertical things. There's 3 on the left side and 3 on the right side. And then there's 6 columns, and they each have a green box in it. So I would say the first column has 2 green boxes, which means the first thing should be at level 2. The second one has 2 green boxes, which means the second thing should be at level 2. The third one has 2 green boxes, so the third one should be at level 2. Fourth one has 1, so that should be at level 1, but I don't know what that would be on that thing. And then level 2 and level 2. That's what I, as Briana, would think of this puzzle, but I don't know if that's the thing or if that's way overcomplicated.
It makes sense to me. John is a player, so.
So how many? There's like a lot of levels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So put the first DJ knob at level 1, and then the second and third at level 2, and then see if that fixes it.
I will point out that on the gauges, the what you call the DJ switch, there are 10 points. There are not just a couple. So
maybe we double it because there's 5. Wait, 1, 2. No, there's 10. Yeah, there's 5. But there's 5 boxes.
Yes, there's 5 boxes.
So then put the first one at level 2 and the second and third one at level 4.
Wait.
If that's something.
This is making me do math. I don't like it.
Yeah, you just tell me what you want to do.
I said what I want to do. All the 3 on the left side are fine. The 3 on the right side, I would put the first one at level 2. The second and third one are at level 4.
Are these things are these all buttons or are they just lights?
They're buttons.
Now you're gonna make these buttons shift. Does my idea not work? The gauges?
I was just wanting to make sure that's what you're doing. So you're setting the toggles to 4.
Yeah, the first one to 2, and then the second and third one to 4.
Gotcha. Moving the toggles upward increases the pressure on this.
Okay.
You've currently been working at this for, we're going to say, about 7 minutes.
Okay.
I had to
So
put him back
maybe
down.
that ain't it. Yeah, I'll move him back down to whatever gets the gauge the lowest.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, all right, guys, it doesn't seem like it's literally right about to burst. So if you want to come in here and, I don't know, have a look and, like, make some sense of this thing that we've got going on here.
Sure.
I got to rest my brain.
Like I said, Aeden is smart. Dyto is not. I don't do puzzles very well.
Sure. Well, you've been playing at this for a little bit, and at this point, I will ask if anybody wants to roll to try to get a hint on how this thing works. You don't have to. You can still try to play it out and figure it out. It's not a difficult challenge. There is a right and wrong answer. But if you want to roll for a hint at this point, I will allow it.
I would definitely like to do that.
Okay.
Roll for a hint.
This is going to be a crafting check.
Ooh.
How important is this to us? Do I use my hero point now? Is the
I mean,
Well, you do have a +8 in crafting, so
somebody's gonna be successful. It's probably gonna.
I'd say so.
I'm going to use my random rhapsody.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll.
24.
20.
Yeah.
Very nice. So here's what you're able to. You've been sitting here watching this. You've been at a distance, but you have been watching what Malachi's been doing. Moving the toggles all the way down to the bottom definitely was the right call. You noticed almost immediately that the gauges were starting to lower. When Malachi was fiddling with the levers, it seemed to work a little bit, but it almost seemed like there was something hindering that, as though you had to do something first. The buttons, as you're kind of looking at them, well, I think, does that help you out at all with that, or do you need a little more?
So we got to do something first.
Yeah, I wonder. You haven't moved the levers since you moved the little slidey things, have you? So why don't we try the levers again? Maybe we had to do the slidey things first.
All right, try to move the first lever down.
Okay, going over and pulling the lever down, you do notice there's a lot less pressure on it as you're trying to pull it downward, and you are able to successfully move it downward. You continue to move them all?
Did the gauge react at all, or is it just holding?
It seems to be holding a little bit, but you can definitely tell that it's something is affecting it.
Okay, so yeah, move the second one down.
Okay. Continuing to move the second one down, you do notice the pressure is starting to lessen.
Whew. All right. Last one.
The last one goes down as well. It's a little harder. You actually have to call Draven over to help you push it down all the way. But once you do get it down, the pressure has significantly lessened.
Malachi enjoyed every second of watching Draven do that.
Listen, I've been putting in a lot of work today, mentally, physically, and I just say it's about time I get a break. All right. Buttons.
Yeah, buttons. There's got to be some sort of pattern.
I push the top left button.
You push the top left button, the light goes out.
Oh, yeah. Push all the buttons so all the lights go out. If nobody stops me.
You're pushing all the buttons to turn all the lights? Are you pushing every single button, or are you just doing...
No, it's like I push the first one and the light just goes out and nothing happens, and then I start immediately just pushing every other green one.
You push every other green button real quick. And you hear a...
Oh, wait.
Sound as the gauges drop.
Oh.
Maybe it shouldn't be at 0, though. Maybe that's also bad.
Well, I mean, that means there's no pressure. It's off.
Maybe there's a reason it was pressurized. Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, so it'll blow.
That's a future problem. It's
all
not
right.
exploding now, so good job.
Well, you know what that means. Free green gem. I want to look and see. Is the green gem still hovering?
The green gem, as the thing powers down completely, you do see the light start to diminish in the green crystal itself. The rings that are spinning around it slow and eventually fold downward to lock in place along the housing. And then the green crystal goes downward. And you notice that a tube opens up inside from beneath it, and the green crystal drops into the chamber itself, closing once again.
No. Man. Could I open that?
You can certainly try. Make me an athletics check. You're going to have to literally climb up onto the top of the thing.
Yeah, it's like it's sinking down, and Malachi's like, no. Climb up onto it. I'll try to rip it open. Sure. I got a +0. 17.
17.
That looks like it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, you're trying to paw at it, use it, but like the seam is so fitted perfectly that you can't get any purchase on it whatsoever.
Not even my little claws.
Not even with your claws. You can't even get like a nail in there. You get worried after a point of trying to pick at it that you're gonna break a nail.
Oh, absolutely not. I would stop immediately.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. All right. Well, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
I mean, I will say that if you are dedicated and just want to break the thing open,
I
look at Draven.
I was about to say, Draven would see you so dejected, and I think would feel bad and would go over and try to help.
Yeah, I just walk away with my head down, and you're like, smash it.
Draven, smash.
Are you going to attempt to smash this the housing open? Like it's literally a disc a little smaller than the size of a bowling ball that is with just a closed metal surface.
See, you know when your DM clarifies like that means it's a really good idea and you should do it. So don't let that slow you down. You should really do it.
I think where you were trying to actually rip it open, that's where
I was clarifying was because I want to know how you're going to try to rip this open. Because you can't just get grip on it. You can't just use your fingers.
Hit it with a hammer.
I was about to say I think I've got a crowbar, or I think we've got some sort of tool that I can utilize. Let me make sure I do.
Yeah, I think I've got thieves tools now.
I do have a crowbar, so I think I'll be using that to kind of dig into it and then with strength push it open or pull it open.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just you're gonna get the crowbar right on the edge and just try to slam down to get some wedge and to get it in there, basically. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay, make for me an athletics check.
No.
Yeah.
Roll worse than me.
I did.
You did. You're trying hard at it. You just can't find an edge to get that crowbar into.
You know, Draven, maybe you should save your energy for hauling this digger.
I think that's a good idea. I actually forgot that I am injured as well.
Oh dear.
I will point out, you can continue. You'll have, at this point, you're going to have to break the door inward to get it open. But with, you sit there and pound at a piece of a metal door long enough and hard enough, eventually it's going to break.
Okay.
So
you're saying he made a dent?
No, I'm saying you didn't. I'm just saying that if you're dedicated and you really, really want the thing and you're willing to break this machine to get to it, it's possible to do so.
Well, it seems like a torture brain machine, right?
And also, if it's broken, they can't use it, which is good, right?
Maiko, what did you want to say?
I was going to say, would I be able to use my thieves' tools and somehow open it up? I guess it probably wouldn't really work well, would it?
And like I said, there's no way to get anything in there. The crack is so perfectly formed that you just can't get anything between there. Could you, with a lot of work, Matt knows enough about machinery to know that there are ways to get this open, but Are you willing to sacrifice your thieves' tools to do that?
Let's just bust it open, guys.
What if we push one of the buttons?
Oh yeah,
Because it only went down once we pushed all of them.
Yeah,
We
push
pushed
a button,
one of
see if
them.
it comes back up, and
See if it goes back up.
Just open it up.
I'm
They're
gonna just
talking
push a
as
button.
Draven is reaching back with the shovel, just getting ready to smash. Oh, okay.
What are you doing, y'all?
I push the
I'm
top
gonna-
left button.
You push a button, and the
Yeah.
light turns on.
All right, I'm turning it back off. All right, Draven. smash it.
We tried. Let's just break it open.
It's good if it's broken. They can't use it. It seems like it's probably for evil anyway, so you know. And that could be worth a lot of money. Also, we didn't leave anything that we said that we were gonna leave. You guys were like, "Oh no, we have to be nice to the kobold," and then we didn't leave anything.
Oh, I'm
I mean,
leaving.
you're still
money.
there.
I think,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so to make a long story short, Draven, with enough effort, you can just bash your shovel into that doorway. Keep hitting it over and over and over again. I'm not going to make you roll for this. This is just time.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a while. It takes a good hour to do this. And unfortunately, when you do get through this, you do hear a shatter sound.
I did it.
What did you
Well, hey,
do?
look. Now you
Hello.
got a multiple.
Yeah, you have broken that doorway inward. The metal is kind of like bent down in, and the edge of your shovel pierces the crystal. It wasn't very deep underneath that, and you have effectively shattered it.
Well, now you've got extra crystal.
Yeah,
Or
it's in about 6-7 pieces, but you can still extract it.
I'm so dejected. I'm walking away.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Malachi goes and sticks his little head there. Oh, see, if it's a valuable crystal, it's probably still worth some money in pieces. You know, they'll just make some smaller cuts with it. I want to pick up the pieces.
You reach down and pick up the pieces. Give me a reflex saving throw, please.
No problem. It's a 14, baby.
That is
with
a
my plus
14. You reach down and you pick up that first big piece of crystal, and ow, shit! It cut you. It is sharp. Like, it is, the edges of the breaks are razor sharp and razor thin. You pull your hand back out. You're going to take 2 points of slashing damage from this, and it kind of cuts up your fingers.
All right, I'll wrap my hand, and then I'll use them needle nose pliers to pick it up.
You can do so.
Okay.
You're gonna just put in there that once you're done, you wrap it all up in cloth. That way you don't cut yourself anymore. But go ahead and put down that you have 7 razor sharp shards of crystal in your inventory.
Sure.
God, that would have sucked if you only had 2 hit points and then that killed you.
That'd have been hilarious.
No, right?
Wow.
You get a paper cut and you fall on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Turn this into a weapon.
It cut me right in the vein, and it just wouldn't stop bleeding until I died.
Yeah.
A vein in your thumb.
Yep.
Well, the machine has been bashed inward. The crystal has been fractured severely, but you have managed to extract it. You have the big O contraption still over there. You've got the digger. Let's say it's already in the wheelbarrow, ready to go. Are you planning on heading back to town via the way you came, or are you going to go through the tunnel towards the back?
I do still need to try and identify the unusual object, the wand.
Yeah. I think if the tunnel on the way back is actually quicker and an easier trek, I would prefer. Draven would prefer that. So I would like
Yeah.
to at least investigate it first before we
Is
decide
there-
which way we're going.
Is there any way I could get some healing first, just in case?
This will be a health potion in the loot table.
Oh,
yeah.
Unless somebody
Oh,
took
yeah.
it.
If we're all a little bit hurt, I could just use my spell too.
Yeah, I
That'd
think
be
we're
fine.
all a
Heal.
little bit hurt.
All right, so we all.
I'm like less than half.
I'm almost right at half. So
I'm at 8 of 22.
Yikes.
Okay. So you're casting.
Yeah, I think we should.
I'm gonna cast my 3-action heal in a cuddle puddle.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Pull everyone close.
It can
for
be a
big
very
open-
large puddle. It's
oh darn.
like a 60-foot circle.
Now you're making me sad.
I know, right?
You don't want to cuddle? Is it because of all the sharp pieces of glass I have in my pocket?
It's because of the sharp glass you have in your pocket. That's too.
Wait, you're not rubbing mud on all of us again, are you? Because like we
weren't
all know how
close
that
enough,
works. Out.
Jaden.
Oh, my hand is feeling better.
That's 2 points of healing.
All right.
We weren't close enough. We needed to be closer.
Yeah, see, we should have been cuddling. You would have rolled higher.
Maybe you should have been further away.
Well, guys, I actually wanted to bring something up to y'all, which is I'm not really sure what the plan is after we're done here, because the way I see it, we've solved the problem. We're going to go back, get our pay. But I wanted to suggest, if you guys don't have anything going on, it might be worth it to make a pit stop in my hometown, because there's only one person I know of who could make sense of any of this like equipment that we found, and I'm kind of curious about it.
honestly, that makes perfect sense to me. I have no plans. I was just going to stick with the Pathfinder Wild and see what comes of it. But if this is a goal, I will follow.
Sure, yeah, and we don't have to give up on, working for the Conclave. I doubt they'd let us go that easy. But, just pit stop.
I'm fine
But
with
you-
that. I don't have anything.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah, you could get paid too. Honestly, we lost a member, so
I mean,
we'll just
no.
pretend like you were them all along, and she might still pay you out for it.
You're not getting paid? Oh, Draven reaches into the little
No,
coin
Draven-
purse and gives you.
no.
That's not the payment will come from the mayor. I guarantee it. We're owed for how many people? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're owed for 5 people, and one of them left without taking their payment, so it's only fair that our friend Kikiro here gets a little piece of that pie. I think we'll be fine, but yeah. And
Man.
I do think there's a conclave, like, headquarters in, why can't I think of my hometown right now?
Coltrast. I don't know why I
Coltrast.
can't either.
I don't know. My
It was-
extensive notes.
It was like the setting of half of your previous campaign.
I smoke a lot of weed in my free
It's
time.
true.
So, anyway.
But yeah, it is the city of Coltrast in the barony of Coltrast, run by your very good friend
Edmund Trollcrest.
Yes.
Yeah, he bailed me out of jail a couple times,
Mm.
but that's irrelevant. Yeah, we could just go to the conclave headquarters there and get another job and be on our way when we're finished.
The being bailed out of jail or the not remembering your friend's
No,
name?
we're not gonna elaborate on any of that actually. So you haven't unlocked my tragic backstory.
Okay.
We got to get a few more heart levels. With
Yeah, a few more friendship levels.
Valid.
All right.
Valid.
Well, let's check out that path, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Draven pushing the wheelbarrow with the broken down digger, your group makes your way into the tunnel that seems to be leading off to the northwest. It is a long tunnel, and it actually takes you all a good hour to walk down it. But you're happy of the gentle slope that the path makes and gives you, as opposed to the much longer and jagged and difficult one that you had previously gone through. So that's good.
My back thanks you.
Yeah, I don't know how we would have gotten it up that wall. Just wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it would have been a lot more difficult if you had tried. I mean, because there's like cliffs and all that shit.
Mhm.
So it
Mhm.
would have been a whole ordeal. But here's the good news. You do eventually make it out to the surface. What
Yay.
you find is a path that emerges from a small cave in a ravine. You end up having to climb up out of the ravine. It's a little bit of an effort pulling that digger up, but it's not too much of a challenge. I'm not going to make you roll for this. We're just going to say that eventually you do get up to the top of it. The sun is not quite setting, but you do realize that you're probably about a couple miles outside of Woodpine, which means you're going to have to spend some time walking back. It is through the woods, but it's not a difficult and onerous task. And by the time you arrive outside the town of Woodpine, the sun is just beginning to set over the horizon. It's been a long day for you all. It's been a long couple days. But the end is in sight, and the town of Woodpine is ahead of you. You can now see that people are starting to make their way around. They are heading home for the day and, doing the normal thing that your average villagers are doing, walking up and down the streets, heading home, buying shit, this, that, and the other. But you have arrived. You're at Woodpine again, or at least at the outskirts. You're kind of up here far to the north.
Okay.
But once you arrive, what's the plan?
Well, I don't know about y'all, but I could really use a bath and a drink.
I would like to
Well-
drop this thing off somewhere, though. I don't.
Yeah, I
It's
was
not
gonna
coming to
s-
bed with me.
I was gonna suggest let's just drop this off at the mayor's door, collect our
Just
money.
leave it.
Well, no, you go
He's
to the
got a
door.
million servants.
Well, that, but we can just go to the door, drop this off, knock on the door, be like, "Hey, here's your digger thing. Now give us our money," and then we can go back and go back to the inn and clean up and rest.
Sure.
Well, I just
or-
don't see why you need all 5 of us to do such a simple job.
Alright, I'll go. It's fine.
The way I see it, if I see that woman again, well, the devil's liable to earn his sin, and I might just shoot her. So you don't really want me there.
No.
So
So
I will
much
meet
hate.
you guys at the bar. No, Malachi just wants a really good excuse to go to the bar. So he's like trying to convince everybody else it's fine.
Fair enough. Who's heading to the mayor? Just Draven?
Yeah, it's fine if it's just me. Nobody has
I'll-
to go with.
I'll head with Draven.
I was gonna say I'll go with you because, it's not like if the mayor's got any beef with me or anything.
No, certainly
Yeah,
not. Mayor, not at all.
We're best buds.
I admire you. You just forgive and forget so easy.
I'll go to the
who's to say
mayor.
I don't want to look for that statue again.
Yeah, don't tell too much about the other digger, or else she'll make us go down there and get it. Or the other bot, whatever it was.
What other construct?
Yeah, exactly.
There's only the digger. We brought the only one we found down there.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no.
I think it's good.
Okay, so who's going? Draven and Maiko and Kikiro?
I'm gonna go to the mayor too.
You're going to go
So
to the
everybody
mayor's-
but Malachi.
Everybody but
Oh
Malachi.
yeah. When the dogs are away, the cat can play.
Okay, so Malachi, you're heading to the bar?
Mm-hmm.
To the, let's see, I can't remember what the name of it is. Let me look here real quick. That is the Crow's Cask.
All right.
Local inn at town. You still have you rented the room for one more night for tonight, so you do still have that available to you all. You make your way there and can very quickly order up a drink, sit down at the bar, and flirt with the barmaid if you want.
I definitely gotta go and like wipe my face so I don't smell bad, and then I'll go down to the bar and flirt with the barmaid.
Fair enough. So clean yourself up first. You give yourself a cat bath, and then heading down to
change my shirt.
Drinks. Yeah, absolutely. As for the rest of you, you make your way all the way around town to get to the mayor's place.
It's a lot of work.
It is. You literally have to circle around the whole and outside of town to get to her mansion up there on the hill. But, you do manage to get there. When you arrive, you find another guard standing guard there at the edge of the gate. They walk up as they approach you. As you approach, this is a human man. He's kind of tall, reedy, and thin. A little bit older, looking maybe about 50s or so. He stops you as you all approach, and he says, I know who you are, at least. What's that thing?
The mayor requested it. Our mission is accomplished. We want to drop it off and leave, please.
Really? Well, let me see this thing. He opens up the door, the gate, and kind of walks around and takes a moment to examine the thing you're wheeling up there. And he says, well, the mayor's not going to want this inside her house. You can park that over there by the stable. There, I'll have somebody keep an eye on it while you go in. The mayor said that if you all show up to come and get her, so I'll escort you over to the barn. You can drop that off, and then I'll escort you inside.
Wait,
With a sigh, lowers his head and starts walking.
Wait, where's the stable at?
It's just a little ways away. It's like on the edge of the building. No,
Raven dripping sweat.
It's fine.
No, it's just it's connected to the side of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not very far.
All right.
Oh, because I was gonna say if it was like down here, no, they can deal with themselves. That wasn't part of the agreement.
That's actually the log flume. There's a giant water wheel and that cuts boards, and it just sends it down this long chute down to a cliff, which drops it off into the water.
Nice. Okay.
It's a freaking log flume.
Anybody want to ride it?
I mean, yes.
Yes.
Aeden has wanted to ride it since they first saw it.
100%.
I even asked the mayor if I could.
It's true.
All right, let's drop this thing off and collect our money and go.
Yeah, absolutely. You drop it off in the stable, and then the guard escorts you to the door. He knocks on it, and you see Flora, the maid that Malachi had been flirting with previously. She looks at you all and says, "Oh, you're back again. You're not gonna piss off the mayor again, are you?"
Probably
What do you
not.
mean?
Our heart is not with us, so I think it'll be fine.
She's having dinner with her family right now. She did say to admit you and to come get her once you arrive, but are you sure you don't want to maybe come back tomorrow?
Honestly, that sounds like a good idea. I would like some sleep in the bath as well, but I at least wanted to drop off the machine. Is that cool with everyone? Are we good?
I mean, I don't think Malachi will be happy that we come back not paid. But I'm fine with it.
Malachi's at the bar doing gun spinning tricks.
No. Malachi's getting paid in other ways.
I hope so. Can we roll for me rizzing up the bartender?
I mean,
We'll get there.
I will point out though, if we wait till tomorrow, we have to walk all the way back up here.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, why don't you all just wait here? I'll go see if the mayor wants to see you or not.
And where are we waiting at?
She lets you into the front foyer, but tells you to wait right there.
Got it.
You are watched by the same guard who.
Maiko, are you going to be a cat and start knocking things over?
I'm not a cat. I'm a fox. There's a difference.
So true.
Maybe that statue's in here.
Did you say the guard's watching us?
Yes, the guard is watching you.
Oh, I thought you said he walked away. My
No,
bad.
he is definitely watching you. He is standing there.
Yeah, they're not going to take their eyes off us.
No, they're really not. A few minutes
Draven
later,
and I did nothing wrong.
I am still going to be just kind of casually looking around at everything, you know. Not like reaching out at stuff like I was going to touch it, but then like, wait, no, I shouldn't touch.
Fair. After about 10 minutes, Flora returns and says, the mayor is willing to see you all. She's heading to her office now. Please follow me. She leads you back along the same path. Kikiro, this is the first time you're entering this place. It is beautiful. It is a long mansion, 3 stories tall. It has quite a number of rooms, but all of them are closed off, almost as though purposely closed off. There is art on the walls and stuff like that, but you kind of get the feeling that most of this has been closed off to you all. However, once you arrive at one particular door, the young woman who's escorting you all does pause and says to you all, the mayor will see you now. And then she opens the door, and you find that the mayor, Varen Hargrove, is sitting behind her desk, waiting for you all. The mayor is, I've mentioned her before. She is a human woman, very matronly, reddish hair, a lot of more silver than anything else. She has very, very beefy arms and legs, as though she was some type of adventurer at one point, or possibly a woodsman as well. But you have heard she was a former adventurer, and so I will just say she does look the part. She has a shield kind of sitting against her desk, and a sword as well. They were there the last time. It's not new. She just isn't a person who doesn't have weapons around. She definitely always has something nearby. And she's just kind of sitting there behind her desk in that very tall leather-bound armchair. Her arms are kind of propped up, her elbows are propped up on the desk, her hands are just kind of folded in front of her, and she's just kind of tapping her thumbs as you all kind of file your way in. She looks at the 4 of you. She looks at the 3, Aeden, Draven, Maiko, and then her eyes turns to Kikiro. She kind of gives you a little bit of a squint, and then finally kind of does one of those sweeping gazes around everybody as she says, well, I was not expecting to see you all back again so soon. I trust that your presence here means that you have resolved our little issue underneath the town.
I believe we did, Mayor Hargrove. We took care of whatever was down there, and brought back the metallic monstrosity like we promised as well. So hopefully there should be no more the thievery, the stuff. Yes.
Interesting. Flora mentioned that you had all brought something in and is currently in the stable. I'll go out and examine it in a little bit, But before then, I'm very curious to hear what all you found down below. You had mentioned that you had found some people using that construct, you called it. What more have you found?
Well, down there was bunch of different little creatures that we actually talked to. There's some lovely kobolds who had agreed to no longer assist them, so they are no longer a problem. They're good. They're perfect. There was, what am I missing? And because Draven is trying so hard not to lie, so he's talking around.
Yeah, we got
hoping
the
somebody else.
what was it? A goblin chief guy that was the head of all of it, and we took care of him, and he will no longer be a problem to you anymore.
You're saying he's a goblin?
Was he? I don't remember what he was.
Yeah, I was
Maiko
gonna ask, is that a good
Brandie does
lie,
not.
or is that because you wanted to hide?
No, that is Brandie not remembering what he was.
No.
Maiko definitely totally remembers. Gnome. Okay, gnome, goblin, same difference.
No, it's not.
And they're pretty different.
Pretty damn different. So, like, you don't have to give me the TLDR because I already know what all you found.
Yeah.
Here's my question: like, what are you telling that's truthful, and what are you not informing her?
I feel like everything we say is truthful. We're just telling her everything except for the second construct and the extent of the the full extent of the laboratory.
Yeah, I would say that there was some
area.
mechanical stuff down there that they used to build the thing, because, I mean, there's a shit ton of mechanical stuff down there. Don't have to go into detail, because Draven doesn't know what the detail is. It's just, there was some mechanical bots and bips and stuff, so...
Okay.
But I think as best as... Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. Good to know. I'm going to allow you to either make a diplomacy or a deception check. While you aren't outright lying, you are giving a little bit of false information, and you're not telling her everything, but you're also just relaying the information you do give. So it can be either or. I don't really care which. This is just, I'm gauging how receptive she is and how much she believes what you tell her. Make this a blind to GM roll, please.
You got it. Unless somebody else wants to do it. I've got okay diplomacy.
I've only got +2.
Yeah, any one of you can make this roll. I don't really care whom.
I got it then. All right.
Okay. The mayor listens to everything you're telling her. She's very thoughtful. Her brow kind of furrows a little bit when you get to the fact that there is a gnome down there building these things. This thing that had been digging tunnels. Well, that is concerning to say the least. I'm glad to hear that you were able to drive off this gnome and stop his experiments, whatever they were. I wish you could have captured him, or at the very least killed him. I think I'll have to put out a request to find this individual.
Certainly. If you would like, I can give as many descriptions as I can to help your search. I would be more than willing to help with that.
Yes, I would absolutely like you to write down any detail you can about the gnome, what he looked like, what he was wearing, any things he had on him. I don't suppose you found any notes or diagrams of how he was building these things.
Ooh. Well, I know that they found some. I don't know if Draven was actually around when he did that, because he was focusing that whole time.
Are you talking about the coded journal?
Yeah. I know that John the player knows that, but I don't know if Draven would actually know that himself.
And I think, is it Aeden who has it?
Aeden has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have it. Aeden has already forgotten about it.
Yeah, I mean, Draven, I really don't think actually was around during that because the whole time he was just trying to focus up. So,
Yeah,
to
because
his
I
knowledge,
think
no.
Yeah, I'm Maiko's no, we didn't see anything that seemed like it would have been any kind of, instructional guide or anything like that.
Hopefully, they won't be able to use it. I smashed what was left down
we couldn't read it, so there were no instructions anyway. That's out of character, but
That's true.
I mean,
It could have just been a saucy journal.
It really could have been.
Well,
Dear diary.
the mayor says, well done. Very well. It's a shame that we couldn't learn more about them, but good news is it sounds like there's at least enough evidence down in the tunnels to begin an investigation. After our last meeting, when you informed me of the mechanical construct they were using to dig tunnels, I went ahead and reached out to the Erudite Conclave and requested some specialists be sent to come in and investigate further after you, if and when you completed your task. And if not, well, they would have to clean up after it. But you all did as I requested, and so I am very happy to pay you the amount that I set out. Knowing what you all know, and knowing that the Conclave is sending out their experts to examine this, I don't suppose your group would be willing to stick around Woodpine for a few days to give them your first-hand account. I'm sure they'll have many questions that I can't think to ask, and it would help us out immensely. In repayment for sticking around, I can offer you free room and board at the inn while you wait, plus an additional stipend of coin for your trouble of waiting.
I don't want to speak for the group, but I think that is something we could easily do. But again, I would like to at least address things as we're all together. We will still be here tomorrow, though. I need to get some repairs done on my shields. But I do think that is something we can do, correct? Yes? I'm looking at everybody else.
yeah. I mean
I'm sure it would be fine. I'm sure Malachi won't mind.
No.
It depends how the wording is going right now.
Draven's more scared of Malachi's reaction to this now after the last few times. He's like, oh, please, somebody.
Well, she says, excellent. Why don't you come back tomorrow in the afternoon and let me know whether or not you will be remaining. But for now, let's take a look at this machine of yours. Oh, before that, let me go ahead and give you your pay. She reaches into one of her drawers, picks out a small sack of coins, and places it down on the table, or on the desk. She pushes that across over to you, Draven, since you've really been the one who's been talking. And in it, you do find 100 gold pieces, which I will go ahead and add to the loot table here in a moment. She also pulls out another sack of coins and sets that on the desk as well. She says, well, if this contraption you've brought up is everything you've claimed it is, I will be giving you some additional coin as well in thanks. Why don't we go and take a look? She leads you all out to the stable, and she takes some time examining it, and she does the whole oohs and ahs, looking at it. There's a couple guards that came out as well, and they're examining the machine, and you definitely get the sense that they have no clue whatsoever what the hell they're looking at. The mayor says, "This is impressive, to say the least. I'm sure Mr. Fucklerall will be just fascinated to see this." She pulls out an additional 25 gold pieces and hands them to you, Draven. So in total, you have earned 125 gold, which I am putting into the sheet, into the loot table now. Well then, I appreciate the effort you've all given in defense of Woodpine. I'll let it know tomorrow that everything your group accomplished, and I'll also warn the townspeople not to be going down into those tunnels until our experts arrive. Sounds like there's quite a lot of dangers down there.
Absolutely. Thank you for everything. I once again, I do apologize for any inconveniences we had done during these times, but I'm glad that we were able to assist you and the fine town. You guys have been very nice, very gracious, and yeah. He's so embarrassed about everything still. He's just...
Poor guy.
Anybody have anything else they want to ask or speak to the mayor about before you head out?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I do.
Yes.
I think Draven would probably also try to mention, like, if you run into kobolds there, they are actually nice. Like, we made a deal with them. They were very helpful. They're just trying to get by. Please don't kill them. Like, because they didn't have to help out. So.
Very well. I will alert the guards to keep an eye out for these kobolds and to question them before attacking. The guards are not in the habit of just rushing and attacking people without first questioning them. And there are some kobold tribes that live in the mountains, so we've had some dealings with them in the past. Don't worry, we will not treat them unkindly.
I do appreciate that. I guess just trying to get by. So that I again, thank you so much for that.
You're very welcome. And thank you all for everything you've done. I look forward to speaking with you more tomorrow. You all exit the mares and begin making your way back. 125 gold richer. Very nice. We're going to be getting into a little bit of downtime potentially here coming up. But before we get into all of that, and before we find out whether or not Malachi got his riz on, we are going to pause and take a break. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes, folks. Stay tuned, hang out, have some fun, and we'll find out whether or not Malachi got his mac on with the bartender. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, most of our heroes just got paid by the mayor for completing their first assignment as members of the Æther-Tech Conclave. Well, Kikiro isn't technically, but kind of honorary member, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so while the four of them are doing that, Malachi went back to the inn, had gotten himself a nice bath, cleaned up, changed the shirt, and then went down to go have a little fun at the bar. Let's say you've probably spent about a silver's worth of coin for wine by this point. You've had a few drinks. You're kind of sitting there chilling. The bartender is a younger, not like super young, but
can it be a handsome lad this time?
Sure.
I haven't had luck with women.
You haven't had luck with women, so absolutely. The bartender is a handsome lad, not quite pushing 30. Got that chin stubble. Yeah, he's a little older than you. Got that chin stubble. Has his hair swept back. Very clean cut and put together. And a very good bartender.
And right up.
You spent your time kind of flirting with them, and you rolled a 17. So, with your 17, I'm going to say that, by the time your friends arrive back at the bar, they're going to find you and the bartender kind of towards one side of the bar, you leaning against the bar, smiling, flirting, him kind of leaning up against the other end, the two of you like maybe a few inches away from one another. Taking a little smoke, passing it over. He's definitely vibing with you. He's definitely vibing with you, and you're getting your flirt on as your friends arrive. So, the town of Woodpine is open to you. You can do whatever the hell you want until you meet up with the mayor tomorrow. But with that in mind, Pathfinders, what do you want to do?
When my friends walk in, I will say to the bartender, whom I will name. Can I name him?
Sure.
His name is Clyde.
Clyde, love it.
I say, Clyde, these are the devils I was just talking about. And I gesture to them.
He kind of looks over and gives you all a little bit of a finger wave and says, welcome, come on over. My friend Malachi here was just telling me a little bit about your adventure down there.
Oh, but don't be too interested in them.
Oh, don't worry, honey. I just want to get a little vibe off your friends, but no, my eyes are all for you.
Malachi smiles.
Draven, you look like you got something on your mind.
No. Not at all.
I forgot who I'm sharing a room with.
I think it's me.
Oh, no. Okay, so I gotta find a point in the night to talk to Draven in an aside.
Oh, Draven feels disgusting and is actually gonna follow what you did earlier. Go upstairs, probably shower or bathe or whatever, get cleaned up, and then crash. He's tired. He's been moving shit around all day. Oh, he's wiped.
Okay, Draven. I see Draven going upstairs, and I'm like, Clyde, okay, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I rush up to catch Draven on the stairs, and I'm like, hey, buddy. Hey, what's up? I was just wondering if I could have the room, like, we could probably get another one for you, or like, you could say with who else, Maiko, or just as like a favor.
You are my favorite little gunslinging kitty that I have ever met.
Thank you.
I am exhausted. I have been lugging things around all day. I'm going to bed. I do not care where you and your boy toy go, but the bed is mine tonight. Lightly pats on the cheek and goes back upstairs.
Malachi's just like, okay, gotta figure something else out. That's all right. That's okay. That's fine. Malachi goes back downstairs and pays for another room.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. How much is it? It is 3 silver pieces for a 2-bedroom room.
2 beds?
That's all.
Maybe I don't even need 2 beds.
Wait, but aren't we getting free room and board right now?
Malachi doesn't know that.
Yeah,
Malachi doesn't know that. Right.
That's why I'm like, I'm just pissed I have to pay for another room. But I'll do it.
Well, while that's going on, Aeden, Maiko, Kikiro, what are the 3 of you up to?
Let's see. Well, since we've got some downtime, we're in the
bar and everything. Is there by chance anybody there playing music or anything like that?
I'd say that, yeah, there's probably somebody who's got a little ditty going on right now. Let me put some music on. Thought I actually had a tavern one. But anyway, yes, there's absolutely somebody playing music right now.
I'm just gonna. Well, first I'm gonna go to the bar, grab a drink. Just like down it real quick, and then I'm just gonna go over to where the music's playing and start dancing.
Absolutely. Well, why don't you go ahead and give me a performance check, Maiko?
That would be a nat 1. I am doing great.
Oh my god.
Wow. Yeah, you go and start dancing, but it's a crowded bar. There's no real dance floor to speak of. It's just a lot of tables, and you end up bumping into a pair of burly woodsmen who are kind of just in their cups right now. There's about 4 of them, huge men. There's 1 human, 2 orcs, and a dwarf, the 4 of them, all sitting there at the table drinking. You bounce into one of them just as he's starting to take a sip. It goes all down the front of him, and he just slams it down, standing up, turns around, and says, "What the hell you think you're doing?"
I'm gonna look at him like, "Oh, oops, sorry." I'm gonna shift into fox form and scurry on out.
You instantly transform down into a fox, and the woodsman's like, kind of, where did she go? What the hell? And like, he's stomping around the bar trying to find you, but you just went scurrying through the tables. Make me a stealth check.
Oh, this sucks.
Oh man.
Oh, 21, that's better.
Heck yeah, it is. You blend into the shadows pretty easily, Maiko, and after going through a few people's tables and underneath some lady's skirt, and you just manage to make your way up the stairs, while the guy is just like thundering around the table, around the bar tables, just looking for you. He can't find you. Aeden, Kikiro, how about you?
Good effort. The music was all wrong, is the problem.
I still have that wand to look at, because it was the only thing that I didn't get a chance to look at while we were still in the caves.
Okay. Let's see, do you need me to repop that up for you?
How late is it?
What's that?
How late in the day is it? Is it like...
It's about 6:37-ish. It's dark. It's fully dark by this point. It's not like too terribly late.
Okay. I'll have to wait until tomorrow to go get more honey.
You probably still have a little bit left.
No. It was on the ground
that's right.
when the entity took over the first time, and Kikiro used it to heal.
That's right. I remember.
That's right. That's funny.
Okay, well, go ahead and make your...
Why does it say I have a 0 in Arcana?
Shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't. But it says +0.
Let me take a look at your character sheet here real quick.
It also says roll +0. Then none of these should be +0.
When I'm looking at your character sheet, it shows +8.
I know, but when I go to actually like click the button on your thing, it says.
Oh.
I will just roll it from my character sheet. $15.
You sit down and you attempt to identify the wand. Unfortunately, after 10 minutes, you just kind of slam it down on the table, frustrated. You're unable to figure out what it does.
the mad little fairy now.
Oh, what's the matter, Aiden? This one
Just pass
giving
it
you
over
trouble?
to Kikiro.
Yeah.
Here, you try.
I would love to attempt to figure this thing out.
Okay, go for it.
The button shows correctly for me. That's weird.
See, yeah.
Private.
Okay. Well, you sit down and begin examining the wand, trying to focus what your knowledge of nature and that sort of thing into it. You are able to determine that this is, in fact, a wand of heal. So,
I love that spell.
Yeah, it allows you to cast the heal spell once per day for free. You can do so a second time, but there is a small chance of the wand breaking if you do.
Oh, speaking of, does anybody care if I take this hat?
I don't.
Please. I think it's hilarious that if you do.
Yes, I will make it a cowboy hat, of course, and always be changing the color to match my outfit.
Oh my gosh.
Fair. You all want me to distribute the coins the mayor gave you? Since I have the loot table up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assume
and we'll just
people will tell
explain
me
it.
that we got paid.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We'll eventually tell
Draven
you.
fully took your money.
Did I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll give Malachi the 20 that will distribute the other 5 amongst us.
Nah, I know how much
No,
you're supposed to get paid.
we'll eventually tell. Well, you don't know about the extra 25.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but you
So
didn't
you
know
could
about
yoink that 5.
If you y'all do you. I just hit the distribute button.
Nah.
No, I'm. No, eventually we'll let Malachi know that we have signed us all up for another couple days here in this town.
Okay, well, if you could do me a favor, I'd like y'all to take out of the loot table everything that you transported up to the surface. That way I can clear it out.
I think I have everything that I can carry.
Yeah.
The coded journal taken now.
Was that Aeden? But yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Who needs artisan tools?
Yeah.
Or
I use
toolkit?
artisan tools.
Is this something I can use? Different sets are needed for different work.
What kind of artisan tools are they?
Well, its bulk is 2, so I can't take it. I don't know. It just says artisan's toolkit.
Let me take a look here real quick. Why did it just transfer over as that?
Malachi, are you taking the emerald?
Oh, the
like
other
the
one
treasure
is it's supposed to be
pieces?
a tinkerer's toolkit.
Oh.
Tools.
Here, let me change that.
I think I already have some.
There you go.
Well, I have repair toolkit. Do I need tinker's tools to craft things?
Different tools do different things, and
So if I woke up in the morning and said I wanted to make some ammo and some bombs, would I need tinker's tools?
yeah.
Well, then I guess I gotta make room.
We're doing
If
a
you'd
shop
like, I could
tomorrow
also
anyways,
carry them
so-
around for you.
That might have to happen because I don't know what to get rid of.
I have plenty of encumbrance left.
Trying to see if there's anything else I could give you.
Please take them.
I can get rid of all my torches because I have one ever-burning torch.
Yeah, I also don't need torches, so I was gonna get rid of mine.
You can sell those if y'all want to.
How do I sell
Sure.
it?
We're going shopping tomorrow, so
Yeah, you can sell them at the shops.
Okay. We'll do that.
I mean, I can take some of the arrows. Does anybody else use a bow? Would anybody else need arrows?
Nope.
Okay. Well, eventually you all do make your ways to bed, unless there's anything else you all want to accomplish this evening.
I will accomplish getting laid. Nice.
Well, yeah. What would we call him? Clive?
Clyde.
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 Yeah, Clyde. Clyde is definitely reciprocating and is after the end of the night, once the bar's kind of like dwindling down and the last patrons head out, he will
Sneak away.
He will absolutely sneak away with you. Roll me one more performance check, Malachi.
No! I knew you were gonna I just want to say, Malachi is a giver. All right? As selfish as he is in everything else, he is not selfish when it comes to lovemaking. He's a giver. So
Well,
either
we'll
way.
see if that performance check.
Well, I'm bound to roll bad because I've rolled so good so far. That's why I'm like 11. Hey, it's pretty average.
Hey,
That's
it's
average.
pretty. It's better than average. And,
I'm a little bit too drunk by the end to really be good.
Well, this was more because I wanted to see just how loud the two of you ended up being. And so my kind of thing was if you rolled under a 15, you were going to be really loud. If you rolled over that, you're going to be quiet and passionate. And no, the two of you are just extremely loud. And I guarantee every single one of you woke up hearing this at least some point.
At least whoever's next to me. Or no, the room is next to mine.
It's not a big inn. It's not a big inn.
That Malachi would not care about that at all. He's incapable of being embarrassed. At least not in this case.
Okay, but eventually you are able to go and get some sleep, which means you're going to all get a long rest. Now, long rests don't give you nearly as much as it does in D&D, but it gives you a little bit. Let's see, this time...
Where is the long rest button?
They're really
it is right below your max HP. It's a little bed.
Little bed.
Max HP, little
Go ahead,
sleeping
click
bed.
on rest for the night.
Yay.
You all wake up bright and early the next day. Breakfast is provided for you. Clyde slept over, and he does actually ask you if you want to get breakfast with him, Malachi.
Yeah. He said breakfast with
Yeah.
a little bit of post. Sure, I'll have breakfast.
Okay. I'm just curious. So once the rest of the party wakes up and heads down, you would all find Malachi and his new friend eating breakfast down at one of the tables.
And we're giggling.
Giggling, laughing, having a good old time. You all get your complimentary meals. Malachi, you would discover once your meal's provided to you that you're told that the mayor is taking care of your accommodations here at the inn for the next few days. You basically all have a week's worth of free rent here at the inn.
Wait a minute. Free rent? I look at the bartender. Not Clyde, but I look up at... There's a lady running the place, right?
Yeah, her name is Magda, if I'm remembering correctly.
Listen. So I paid for my room last night, and turns out I shouldn't have had to pay for the room last night on account of the mayor providing us free room and board, so I just wanted to get a refund.
Oh, I just heard about this morning, so it's taking care of everything that you're going to be getting here at the inn from today going forward. She smiles at you.
Malachi clenches his fist, but smiles back and goes, "Yeah, that makes sense." Sit down. In that case, I want a mimosa with my brunch. Do they got orange juice?
I think we can take
That exists
care
in
of
this
you.
world.
Yeah, why not? There's orange juice here.
Yes.
She will absolutely give you and Clyde a mimosa.
Nice. Here's to you, Clyde.
Mm-hmm. Ting.
Little hair of the dog.
Well, so here's the deal, Pathfinders. You have the day. It's open to you. You can buy whatever you want to go buy. You've got some money burning a hole in your pocket. You have a meeting. Draven, Maiko, Kikiro, Aeden, you four would know this fact, that you're supposed to meet up with the mayor later on today to let her know if you're going to be sticking around to wait for the conclave experts to arrive. And she did name drop one of the names. So, you all have some decisions to make. What
Do
are
you
y'all
guys tell
planning?
me about this?
Oh yeah, we would.
About everything that happened?
Yeah.
Because then Malachi would be like, she said that Fucklerall's coming here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Exactly
Fuck
how
you
it
all.
sounds.
Isn't it like
okay.
Fuckle?
Yeah,
Or
Fuckleral. L.
Perfect.
Fuckler.
Fuckleral. So for those
And
of you
it's-
who haven't seen our previous campaigns, the Fuckleral family is characters that have been in a few different series here on Random Rhapsody. Fuckleral is the person who actually taught Malachi about guns and that sort of thing, but the reason he's called Fuckleral is because that's the name that came up from the random generator I used. It's literally from a random generator. I did not come up with that name, but I love it, and I'm going to use it forever.
But Malachi is like, oh, great, Faldy. I guess we don't have to go back to my hometown, because that's who I was hoping to go see, because he'll know about this shit. I should tell you guys, though, when I left his workshop, we didn't exactly leave on the best of terms, but I'm sure he'll forgive me.
I mean, you just gotta say sorry and he'll forgive you.
Yeah, I think that's probably all it will take is like just a few simple words like those ones you just said that would imply that I was wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those ones. Just like that.
Yeah, just,
And
like you can say that.
yeah, I can say that. For sure. So when we see him, I'll just say that and then he'll help us.
And then everyone just is silent. Like, everyone's just staring at you.
Listen, this guy, he's like a real genius. He is a real genius. And he taught me everything I know. And I wouldn't be the man I am without him. And that's why I'm going to say that. So let's go shopping.
I think I lost my appetite. And Draven's gonna go do morning, step away, go to do morning prayers, and let them stew on that.
Okay, everybody. Well, the town of Woodpine is open to you. You do know where the shops currently are. Kikiro, this is your first time here, really. So everything's pretty new to you. You're currently in the Crow's Cask. It is the tavern that actually this team first found the tunnels in. It's in the tunnel into the lower area. The tunnels underneath comes in at the cellar of this inn. And there are a couple guards down there posted right now, keeping an eye on that. Other than the tavern, this is also a brewery as well as a shrine to Balrus, the god of heroes, bravery, and ale. Its proprietor is Magaloy, a retired pirate, just a big old beefy woman who loves to drink, loves to fight, and gets a kick out of everybody doing the exact same thing. She also sells potions here on occasion. As for the rest of you, you do know that there are a handful of shops here in town. There is, of course, the open air market that I know Aeden and her little friend is just dying to go visit once again. There's also places like Blades for Glades, the blacksmith here in town. There is the that resell its shop, Rin's Wonders, and there's also the bookstore where that wizard is at, who will also identify items for people for a price. So, what's the plan here? What are you wanting to do?
I need honey.
Feel
bad for
definitely needs to get shields repaired, but I am also actually looking into possibly buying a new shield as well. So at least for now, that's what I would like to do.
Yep. So it sounds like you want to head over to the blacksmith shop.
Yeah, I think I'll go with to sell some stuff.
I'm trying to figure out where it was that I want to go. I saw somewhere it had a candle cap, and I would like to buy it. I just forgot where it is. Oh, it's at Blades for Glades, so.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that the 3 shops are there, available to you all to kind of look through to see what all they have. The blacksmith does do custom work as well. If you want to order something specific, it just takes some time. But he does have a few shields already in his inventory, if you're wanting one of those, Draven.
Well, if we're going to be actually in town for a while, I might see if he could take the tower shield and just kind of take the shield that I came with and kind of repurpose it into a tower shield. You know, a bigger coffin. Towering coffin.
Yeah, I would say that he would be able to take your coffin shield that you've been using and reinforce that and kind of build it up. Basically, he'd just add to it and turn it into a tower shield if you're wanting that sort of thing. Since you're wanting to use your shield that you already have, that'll take some of the price off of that, and he would charge you 5 gold pieces to reinforce your shield into a tower.
Perfect.
So to sell something, if I just drag it over there, is that supposed to sell it?
I think so. I think that's how it's working.
It says, how many items do you wish to move? I thought there was another way that we had figured out to do it.
It's in treasures. You can sell them that way. There's coins by it, but
okay. But when it's an actual item, that's not how it works. So yeah, I could move it over, but I don't get any money for it.
Okay, so it's not doing what we want it to. Then, well, a torch is you can sell it for a copper piece. So
big money.
Do you actually see on your character sheets the prices of everything? Because it shows me the prices of everything.
No.
Darn.
You have to click on the description. If you click on the word of the thing, it'll say item and then price.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I will get some money.
But yeah, you can just you drag it over to that, and then you can just manually add the gold back.
And then I have gems and stuff, but those things I actually want to look at. So I have conductive circuit gem, 3 of them. Is that different from the triangle glowing crystal thing?
Conductive circuit gem. Those are what you found when you pulled them out of the digger, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, but I just want to be clear that is not the same thing as the triangle.
Actually, when you compare them, they are very similar.
Okay, cool.
The design of them, the same triangular shape, is identical. The thing that's different in them is the color of the gems. The gems from the digger are all, they're kind of like a rusty orange color. The color from the gem you uncovered from the machine is green.
Okay. See. What's conductive circuit gem? Blue. No, green. I'm stupid.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Those are not the same ones.
Ooh, they're different.
Yeah, sorry. I had to actually look at your information about them. Those are the ones that you pulled them out of the digger. It was the yeah, I know which one. They are similar. They are similar. They're just not worth as much. Each one of these are kind of smaller. That's really the only difference between them.
The conductive circuit gem that they're worth 4 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
The
one that you found from in the machine, that one is worth more. That's the main difference.
I guess I'll see if this guy will appraise it for me.
He tells you that he doesn't really deal a whole lot with gems unless that's something you want to put onto something. He would recommend taking them over to like the wizard Mordant or somebody who does that sort of thing.
Cool.
So either Mordant or Rin's Wonders would be able to give you a better price for them.
Oh, right.
By the way, your shield will be ready tomorrow morning.
Okay.
So,
I wasn't sure how you wanted to go about it, but I moved the tower shield into mine just so we have the stats with it just in case, but I will bear that in mind.
Yeah.
So, good to know.
Okay. Anybody got anything else they want to buy from the blacksmith specifically?
Nope.
Okay. Where are you wanting to head next? To the wizard or to Rin's Wonders?
Wait. Rin's Wonders.
I thought Rin's Wonders were the wizards.
Mm-mm.
No, the Rin's Wonders is like a resale, and then the wizards are like the bookstore.
Odd Stories is Morblin's shop.
We don't have that in our shops.
Yeah, it's not on our shops list.
Yeah, because he doesn't like.
That's why I got confused.
Sorry, that one I don't have a shop for because it's just books. He'll just sell spell scrolls and things like that. But Rin's Wonders was the resell it shop.
I just need some honey.
I feel like I want to go to the wizard.
Well, Aeden, if you're wanting to, you can just head to the market and buy some more honey.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
I think she was selling honey for anywhere from 5 copper for a jar to 2 silver for a jar, depending on the type.
I would like to get 2 jars of honey. And I'm gonna have her surprise me.
Then she is going to charge you let's call it 3 silver pieces. You get 2 jars of honey. One of them is a pure lilac honey. The other one is a apple blossom honey.
Sorry, what was the first one?
First one is lavender.
And the other
Lavender
one was
honey. And the other is apple blossom.
apple blossoms. Okay. I'm very happy.
You're just wandering about the town eating honey again?
Yes.
I like it.
And I will catch up with everybody after I get my honey.
So where are y'all heading?
Voted the wizard.
Okay. You're heading to Odd Stories. Odd Stories is a bookstore that is run by a tiefling wizard and his husband, a human by the name of Tom. Morblint is a wizard. He does spells for people for a price. They have a lot of books, and he and Tom also write smut on the side, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a thing. You enter the cozy bookshop and just see walls and shelves upon shelves of books. It's a little bit of a maze to make your way back to the counter, where you see Morblint and his husband having a bit of an early lunch together at a little dinette set next to the back counter. Morblint waves at the both of you, or at your group, those of you who've made it. Tom comes up and says hello to you all, and welcome. It's good to see you all. I've been hearing some rumors about your group. Seems
all
you
good,
all,
I hope.
and yes, it seems you all chased away the thieves that's been terrorizing the town and stealing things from people's basements.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good to know. I'm sure Morblint will be happy to not have to go and perform spells for everybody in town. And of course, Morblint just kind of chuckles at that, and he says, "Oh well, I'm happy to do any spell work for the right amount of coin, as you all well know. What can I do for you today?"
Just interested in if you could appraise something for me.
I would be happy to do so. Is this something you're needing identified, or is it just something just like treasure you're wanting to unload?
Not necessarily to unload, but just that I'd like to know the value of. I don't think I need that identified. I'll show him the green gem.
The big triangular green gem?
Yeah, the small triangular green gem, not the one that broke into all the shards.
Yeah, okay. Okay, gotcha. The small one. Got it. So you hand that one to him. It's the triangular gem you pulled out of that little socket, and he looks it over and he says, "Oh, this is very interesting.
I know.
Does not seem to be a natural crystalline formation." He's kind of holding it up to the light a little bit. He reaches out into his robes and pulls out one of those jeweler's lenses and puts it into his eye and kind of takes a moment looking it over. And, well, this is a very interesting object. Did you find it down in the tunnels underneath the town?
Just kind of asking if you could appraise it.
Well, to answer your question, then yes, I can.
Yeah. So how much do you think it's worth?
Where did you find it?
Does that matter for its value?
Yes, it does.
I want to narrow my eyes at this guy. I don't feel any reason. to share any information with him. So can I? What was it? Perception check?
You're trying to sense motive. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah,
here?
basically.
Yeah,
basically.
that would be a perception check.
Because he might say something like, "Oh, then that means it was probably stolen from somebody, and we should really return it to its rightful owner." In which case, I'll be like, "Fuck you, sir. Give me my gem back." That's a nat 20 for 28.
If you're attempting to understand why he wants to know, his eyes are kind of wide. He seems like really, really interested in this, but not in so far of the fact of its value. This is clearly something that like he's very, very curious about. He has no nefarious intent as far as you can tell. It's more I don't want to say scientific curiosity, but that's basically the best way to translate here.
Does it seem like he wants it? Like he wouldn't mind having this thing?
You don't get the vibe that he's like trying to con you out of it. More of the fact that he's genuinely curious and wants to know more.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can con him into giving me money because it's clearly of value to him.
He definitely seems like he's interested in that way. Like, could you possibly sell it to him for more? Maybe.
I'll be like, and what if I did find it down there as part of a big machine?
As part of a big machine, you say? I would be very, very interested in seeing this machine.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, y'all are forbidden to go in the tunnels, I think, as per the mayor said, and all I got is this little gem here, so...
I'm not 100% sure. I would like to run an additional test on this, if you don't mind.
I kind of mind.
Oh.
I kind of mind a little bit. Listen, so clearly this has some, like, interest to you. How much are the results of that test worth to you in coinage? And maybe I'd be willing to loan it to you.
I would be willing to cast Identify on this for free and then tell you the result without charging you for it. And then I can tell you what its true value is. If I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not, but this is interesting. This is not a gem.
I'll take that deal.
Very well then. He takes a moment and casts a spell, and you see his kind of fingertips glow a little bit over the object as he's passing his hand over it. The object I'm holding here is a silica structure that has been artificially created. Inside it is the essence of pure magic. I don't suppose you've heard of a term called Æther before, have you?
Have I?
Probably not. Anyone who's proficient in Arcana, however, can make an Arcana check.
What about engineering lore?
Has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Okay.
This specifically is the kind of thing that a wizard would know about, but if you have proficiency in Arcana, you can make a roll.
If only your Arcana person wasn't obsessed with honey.
That's
I was
true.
about to say,
Yeah.
I
thought you said you caught up with us.
Not
got
yet.
occultism and religion.
This is happening at the same time here. He says, well, Æther is a term that has only recently been making headway within the magical community, so I'm not surprised that you haven't heard of it. However, Æther is, in its purest form, magic itself. There's been theories for, well, thousands of years that the subject of the cosmos is made up of a substance, tangible. People have theorized that the universe itself is made up of living, organic magic. However, it's only recently been... The theory of it has only recently begun to make headway. I don't know if you've heard of the Twisting Spires, but it's a magical institution in the capital city of North Emia, in the kingdom of Radagast. They were the ones who first published their theories on the subject about 20 or so years ago. Now, I can't say for certain before now, but seeing this makes me believe that their theories were indeed sound. Because
I'm glad I could provide some scientific proof.
The object you have here is, in essence, magic. Specifically, acid magic.
Ooh.
If you were to take this and have an enchanter place it in your weapon, I'm fairly certain it would enhance the quality of that weapon. While it's not a rune, it could very easily function the same way.
Interesting. So what do you suppose one of these that was maybe orange would do? Like fire, probably? Just hypothetically.
I wouldn't be able to say for certain without identifying it, but it's interesting to theorize. If you were to encapsulate raw fire magical essence into an object, could it transfer that magic onward the same way a rune could? It's theoretically sound.
Alright, I pull out one of the orange ones.
He doesn't bother to ask this time. He just picks it up and casts his spell.
I'm a man with many secrets.
This is not an Aether stone. This has no Aether in it.
I see.
It's similar. Well, I wouldn't say there's no Aether in it whatsoever. I would say this is a conduit, if anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Connecting this in the right way would allow the transfer of magical essence from one place to another. He actually picks up the green crystal and touches the crystal that the orange one to it, and for a moment it does seem to glow a little bit green, but then he pulls it away real quick and sets it back down. I'm not sure how much I would want to play with this here in my shop, to be honest. He kind of looks around at all of the books and everything. And
don't worry, I'll find some time.
I'm no expert in enchantment, far from it, in fact. However, I would recommend taking this to either the Twisting Spires or the Erudite Conclave and have their researchers look into it. Now, I would be willing to take something like this off your hands for, say, 25 gold pieces for this this crystal here, the acidic one. And I would probably pay 5 gold for those crystal transferal stones. However, I feel as though I would not be the best person to mess with these here and now. I would just send them on to colleagues.
think I would be happy to hang on to him myself, actually.
Very well, but if you do end up taking it to either of those groups, would you mind sending me a note and letting me know? I would very much be interested to find out what their research uncovers.
Sure. What's your name again?
My name is Morblint.
Morblint. I was going to say Moldave. All right. Malachi writes Morblint in his journal with no other context. The same way you take D&D notes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's fair. You have any other questions for Morblint, or do you want to buy anything from them? They sell scrolls. They'll sell first and second level scrolls. Okay.
I'm not good with magic.
No.
Fair enough. Is there anything anyone else wants to accomplish before meeting with the mayor? Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, if they're going to leave, I think, honestly, if they're going to go somewhere else, Draven might stay and actually try to help out with the shop, see if they need anything lifted or moved around. Because, like, Morblint and Tom are, like, now father figures to Draven, so he's just
you were
like...
going to get more dating advice, like...
Well, yeah, I mean, of course we're going to talk a little bit. Draven's, like, jealousy is new, so he wants to, like, talk and converse, but I think he's also, like, is going to assist them, because now he, like... That's just kind of what he did back home, so this is new, or this is, like, comforting for him to do manual labor.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can hang out with the guys. They'll let you just chill with them and have a bit of late lunch with them or early lunch with them, and
Sure.
Have you kind of move some crates around. They just got a shipment in that they haven't unloaded yet, so they would certainly enjoy the help and enjoy some conversation. Now, again, I'll ask one more time. Does anybody have anything else they wish to accomplish before meeting up with the mayor?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Well, Draven, are you going to just stick with them all day, or are you going to go to the mayor's meeting as well?
I'll go to the meeting once we're done. I know when the time is, so I'll work until then and head that way.
Absolutely. Well, and for the sake of brevity, we'll kind of skip a little bit ahead and say you had just a very lovely time chatting with these two men and discussing all the things that's going on, everything you're feeling, and then they do absolutely give you a little bit of fatherly advice and how to deal with some of the conflict you're no doubt feeling.
Okay.
Once you eventually do meet up with the mayor again, she is, she's a lot happier to see you than she was the last time. She welcomes you all into her home. The meeting with her actually gets you all have tea, and you're all offered cakes as well. She's definitely interested in the object that you all found underneath the town. She's lets you know that she's had the guards secure that the cave entrance that you all found that led down into the lower area. She's making sure that that nobody heads down there. They did find a small group of kobolds, a small, like half a dozen of them who were planning on heading back down there. They were told that they're not allowed to go down there, and there's a little bit of a disagreement, but eventually the guards did say, hey, this is under restriction right now, but we will talk to you about it later. Just go back to your homes, that sort of thing. The kobolds weren't thrilled about this fact, but didn't press the issue, is what the mayor tells you. So take that as you will. However, she does say that she has heard back from the conclave representatives. They'll be here in about 3 days. So you all have about 3 days worth of downtime that you're going to be able to use however you want. After which point, there's apparently 3 people who are arriving, 2 conclave members, and somebody who is assisting it with their travel. You're told that they have some stuff that they're in the process of dealing with, and they're going to be arriving here in Woodpine as soon as possible. She seems kind of grumpy about this fact, mutters something about they could be here in a day, but they're waiting at least 3, typical. But other than that, she tells you that since you did actually accomplish your task, and the citizens are feeling pretty happy about that, and you do have some time to kill, she does have a few things that she wouldn't mind getting looked into. And since your group has actually accomplished an adventure, she would be willing to allow your group, even though, you had a few stumbles when we all first met. She's willing to kind of set that aside and let you take a look at the requisitions she is getting ready to send to the Conclave before she does. She has 3 jobs that she is looking to get accomplished. One of them, obviously, is the hunt for the gnome. She wants somebody to figure out where the gnome went after he escaped. Find a trail, find clues, find something. If you can track down his whereabouts and bring him in, she is willing to pay 50 gold for him dead, 100 gold for him alive. Other than that, she's also discovered that some of the woodsmen have reported that they've seen a troll skulking around the woods where they do logging. This troll was seen in the presence of giant spiders, and the woodsmen are all now currently gossiping that a troll is training spiders in the woods to hunt the woodsmen. She wants that shit dealt with. And actually, so do the woodsmen. They've actually donated something to the cause. The reward for hunting down the troll and the spiders is 50 gold pieces, and the woodsmen have given up something that they have. They have an armor rune that they've added in to the request. The other hunt that she has is a basilisk has been sighted on the beach, about a day's journey to the southeast of Woodpine. It was seen near what is there's this gigantic statue of Ilmentris that washed up on the shore about 40 years ago during the breaking, and it's kind of been there ever since. Most of the locals just consider it to be like a new landmark. But a few families were out there doing some diving, and they saw a basilisk out on the beach. They immediately ran.
Yeah, scary.
The mayor the mayor tells you that Morblint, when he heard about this, he put up a request and is willing to and wants some of the parts of this basilisk for some of his work. She tells you that he apparently is willing to pay a stipend for both of the eyes and also the blood of the basilisk. And since this is a public safety thing, she is going to add in an additional 25 gold pieces on top of anything Morblint gives for this request. So you have about 3 days worth of downtime to do whatever you want to. You could take one of these requests if you want. You can also spend your time just doing downtime activities. And there's quite a few of them. I sent you all handouts earlier today that talk about the different activities you can do during your downtime. And next session, we are going to be doing those downtime activities, whether it's going on a hunt or doing something else. You have 2 weeks to decide, and we will find out what our heroes get up to while they're waiting for Falderal, Fuckleral, and his apparent companions to arrive in town. I'm going to be saying it a lot. Just get used to it. Major character here.
Just be like Aldi.
I'm gonna call him "fuck you all." That's what it is in my notes.
Mr. Fuck you all.
Mr. Fuck you all. Well done, everybody. You have successfully completed your first assignment, which means that on top of everything else you've gained, go ahead and add 50 more experience points to your character sheets.
50?
50.
So it should be at 230.
Thank you, Math Wizard.
Yay!
I definitely totally knew that before you.
I wasn't about to pull out a calculator.
That's why I said it.
Quick, give him the book. He can read it.
Rough out here. Oof.
Give it to the real life Delioth to read this.
Absolutely. So kind of think about what you all want to do for your downtime over the next few days. We'll touch base and go from there. But until then, I just want to say thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Hope you had fun. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what our heroes do. Are they going to take a job from the mayor again? Are they going to screw around and have fun in town? Are they going to do something completely different? We have no idea, but we'll find out in 2 weeks. Now, as always, I like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Dyto, since you're the one who did the recap, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I did do the recap. Hi, I'm Dyto. You can, for the foreseeable future, short-term foreseeable future, I will be here every other Monday playing Aeden. And on the alternating Wednesdays, I will also be here playing Curse of Strahd, where I play another intelligent person, not quite as chaotic. But yeah, that's me. That's what I do. And if you missed the recap, go watch it because I did it in a high-pitched Southern accent, and
it's beautiful.
It was great.
A work of art.
John, you're next.
I'm John. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I am in the Magi Knights campaign where I play Salem, and on Mondays, I play Draven. You can also find me on Instagram at CreativePanda88 and at Blue Sky at johnpoart.bluesky.social. So,
right on. Brandie, you're next.
I'm Brandie. You can find me here every other Monday playing Maiko, and the opposite Wednesdays playing Beat on the Curse of Strahd playthrough. You can find me on all the socials as at RiverDragon82. That's River with a Y. That's about it.
Okay. Brie, you're up.
Hello, I'm Brie. You can find me here every other Monday playing Malachi Sykes. You can also find me on Instagram at Pink Chic Geek Art. And I will plug this week getting laid because it's good for you and your emotional regulation.
Probably.
Unless you don't want to. Unless you don't want to, in which case don't do it. But highly recommend.
10 out of 10 would lay again. Delioth, you're next.
Right on. I'm Delioth. You can find me here every other Monday playing the game we just played. Otherwise, you can find me at on Twitter at Delioth Infinite. I don't have anything to plug right now, I think.
Right on. Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me on the tweets and the Instas as at Scruffy Wanderer. You can also follow Random Rhapsody on the tweets and the Instas as at random_Rhapsody. And other than this place, I'm also occasionally on Lost Caravan, though I've been busy, so I haven't had time to lately. But I'll do it again here soon. You can find me the second Saturday of every month over on All on the Table TTRPG, and you can also find me working on a ton of projects that I don't want to really talk about too much yet, but I've got a lot of stuff coming in on the pipeline here for next year. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to talk about it, but I'm going to not talk about it right now. Anyway, teaser. Well, on behalf of everyone here in the Æther-Tech Wars and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, fight the machine. And good night.
Bye.